Hello humans, Harrison here. Sorry if my upload schedule hasn't been very consistent. I've been very busy with school and stuff lately. I wanted to mention this cartoon that I just saw called Para Not Normal. The premise is that Miriam is a college student who moved halfway across the country to get to Walnut Community College because she wants to make a name for herself and be remembered positively. However, there's only 3 other characters in the class. There's the Jersey Devil, a ugly goat with wings as described by Mr. Dean. I personally don't think that does the Jersey Devil justice. I don't know why they call him the Jersey Devil. But it makes me think maybe the show takes place in New Jersey. And despite the evil-sounding name, he's actually kind of a cute animal that they're currently on a makeshift campaign to make into a plushie. I think that sounds like a great idea. I think it'll sell a lot. But I want to talk about the characters. There's Miriam, who I've mentioned is a motivated college student who wants to make a name for herself and be remembered positively. Then there's the Jersey Devil, who despite his evil name is a rather cute creature that often sits in the class. Then there's Kim Hoffman, the instructor for this paranormal class that Miriam has signed up in. It's a night class. And it's been years since Kim has had a student who cared. And that's why she's so thrilled when Miriam joins the class. There's only one other student in the class, and that's Casey. He's not motivated. He doesn't want to drop out, but he doesn't feel like putting in the work. Ironically, he works very hard to sabotage Miriam. He kind of resents her because she's trying to make something out of the class so it doesn't get axed. And if the class gets axed, Miriam is going to have to face another failure, and Casey will be 4 credits closer to getting out of Walnut Community College, which he calls a dump. Shows that he really doesn't care about the school. Although I may have been painting Casey in a pretty negative light here, he's not a bad person with ill intentions. He's just a little bit misguided. And when he realizes how much the success of the paranormal class means to Miriam, he does what he can to try and fix the problem that he caused. And I think it's interesting how the motivation and fear of loss with Miriam, it motivates her to not cheat. It motivates her to do the work accurately and figure things out in a hands-on way, as seen with Zorflak. You'll have to watch the show to figure out who Zorflak is. But the first episode has them trying to help out the football team. And Casey sabotages the entire situation, but we see him try to fix it. And I don't know what it is about this show, but something about it just intrigues me. It kind of has this Gravity Falls vibe to it, where the show is funny, but it's also spooky in a good way. And while the show is definitely aimed for an older audience, it seems welcoming to younger audiences too. They do swear a little bit, but nothing gets too gruesome, at least not in the first episode. There's only one episode right now out to watch, and that's the pilot episode. However, that might not be true for much longer, as they're currently on a campaign to greenlight a second episode. And that second episode is already available in comic form, which I think is an absolutely genius move. It picks up on something that I feel like a lot of independent animation series struggle with: retention. Like, you might see something online, watch an episode, realize it really clicks with you and think, oh, that was cool, and not think about it again until the second episode comes out. However, releasing a comic about the second episode right after the first episode comes out is a pretty genius move that I'm kind of shocked I didn't think of, because I'm creating a series of my own, and I'm not sure whether I want it to be a graphic novel or a 2D animated cartoon. But this show that's created by Key and Carlisle, it shows me that maybe it doesn't have to be strictly one or the other. It's really interesting. And I can't wait to see what they take, where they take the characters within the next season. And I don't know, I haven't really posted any fan art of my own online, but who knows? Maybe I'll start making my own fan art of my favorite characters in my own style. I haven't really tried that before, but it might be fun. I'm not going to release information about the characters in my series to the public yet, because I don't know, I'm still working out the episodes, characters, and stories and stuff. But who knows? Maybe I'll make a drawing of Casey and Miriam meeting the Ghost and Molly McGee or something. Or Phineas Flynn and Hank Hill meeting Bob Belcher all on the same day. Those would be some interesting drawings. Some that I just thought up on the spot. Anyways, I feel like I'm kind of rambling here. I didn't really write a script, but I really wanted to talk about this show because it's a show that's had a pretty profound impact on me. I'm actually including the part about, like, motivation and fear of loss and how it affects whether or not students cheat into an essay that I'm writing for college. It will mention by name Para Not Normal. I've actually got quite a few ideas for YouTube videos, but I'm going to try to keep it a mystery as to when they'll come out and what they're about. But I'll tell you now, I'm going to make a video talking about my childhood cartoons soon. And I also have a video coming out soon about a show I started watching just a couple of years ago that I really like, and that show is Big City Greens. As for my 3 favorite childhood shows, you're gonna have to wait and see, but I'll give you a hint as to what they are. All 3 of them have largely episodic storylines. They were all released in either the mid to late 2000s or early 2010s. And they are relatively family friendly. Anyways, see you later. This is Harrison signing off.